Today, that was lighthearted. However, today we're going to talk about a darker subject. Max's OnlyFans. No.
It's brutal.
The dark side of
Mostly
entrepreneurship.
Bigfoot rants.
Sorry for those of you guys watching. We just don't take ourselves seriously. But that's how we make this lighthearted. But today we're talking about the dark side of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Burnout, anxiety, isolation, crying, talking to your mom, sitting at your mom's grave, telling her that you should have listened to her and been a doctor instead.
Yeah. Well, it's like when both your parents were murdered outside of a theater and you become a vigilante. I'm sorry. Different story.
There's a lot of coaches out there who have dealt with these things. We've personally dealt with this stuff, both as coaches and gym owners. And so I kind of wanted to start with, just like, Max, I'd love for you to share like a low point in your entrepreneurial journey. What happened, how have things affected you, and how have you stayed above water?
Yeah. When did I meet you?
2016, maybe late 2015.
That was the low point for me. No, it actually was. Like before that, I started the gym. So I started a gym basically out of necessity. Like I was coaching people all around the Bay Area. I was driving to like 5 or 6 different gyms, like almost daily. And I would teach a class at this gym, and then I'd drive to another gym 40 minutes away. Then I'd go to San Francisco and coach my team. And so it was just like this constant running around of just like hustling to make $1 and to keep coaching. Then we started a gym, and the whole gym was like, in my mind, this is just a place for me to coach the same people every day and not have to drive. I never saw it as like, I'm going to start a business, which is a gym. What happened because of that is I just had like the worst systems implemented. There was a girl in my gym who asked if she could like trade her membership for like doing some administrative work. And I was like, sure. And she like came to me after a few days and was like, you know how many people aren't paying you? And I was like, I don't. And she's like, well, it's a lot, and I'm not going to let this happen. And she was like hounded people and demanded them to, like, it was the best thing that could ever happen. But it was so like screwed up because I was just like, pay me this much, pay me that much. How much can you afford? This and that. There was a guy at my gym who just stopped paying because he didn't have money. And he's like, I'll just help you out in the gym. And I was like, okay. And he just came in and like took all of the framed posters down and took the frames off of them and then hung them back up. And that was his like trade for me coaching him. I didn't show up one day in the morning and he got pissed at me. It's like, you're not even paying. But like, I was just letting everything happen to me. I was not proactive in it. And that went on for a while. She helped me kind of stabilize things and get that on track. But it just turned to this thing where it was like, it wasn't a business. And it was a business, obviously, but it wasn't like running like a business. So I was just like, every week, every month, I was just doing more and more. All I knew to do was to just give more of my time and myself to people. So I would be showing up like every day from 9 o'clock, coaching for 4 hours, then coming back again, 3 or 4 hours later and coaching 4 more hours. So I was coaching from 9 a.m. to 1, then again from like 4 till 9 or 10 p.m. There was no boundaries. It was just like, people are in the gym, I'm there coaching every single day, all the time. And I was just destroyed. I was burned out. Everything was bad. I was like, how can I keep doing this? Like, there's no point at the end of this where like the, $10,000 a month in revenue I'm making is going to like.
In top line revenue.
Yeah.
Profiting $0.
You no idea what the expenses are and rent and all this stuff. It was just like unsustainable,
How long did that last for?
That was for years. Like that's probably the one quality that I would say makes a good entrepreneur is just like you have this like persistence and like zero sense of like, this sucks, I don't want to do it. Like you're just willing to suffer. And
do you think people are willing to suffer because they don't want to be wrong?
Oh, I don't know. I think I was just willing to suffer because I wanted to find the thing to work.
You wanted your dad to be proud of you.
Yeah, and it was like, that's never going to happen, right? So I was like really just ready to, like I was just waiting for it every day, that call, The lowest point was when I'd be like trembling, waiting for the phone to ring. It just never would. And I'd just keep a pack of Cools next to it, like just try to remember him. Anyways, the reality is like, I think people are just willing to suffer because they see a bigger vision. Yeah. If you don't have a vision, it's really hard to go through that. And that's what happens with me. I was like burned out because it was like, what's the vision of this? I'm going to have 100 people in a space that's 800 square feet and like make all this money and like go and like, oh, my life's great. It was like, no, it's impossible. It's just like, you can't get more people in the space physically.
It's almost like
I don't have more time.
So the why has to be so strong that it keeps you going through all of the BS and the hardship. And so I guess, did you overcome that? What changed?
Yeah, I think vision. I got a bigger vision for what I wanted to do, which was so I left the gym. I got a job. I came down here to Juggernaut, work with you guys, and that changed my whole perspective. One, I was able to like start doing stuff online, which increased my scale by a huge amount. And suddenly it was like, oh, you could actually make money as a coach with scale and with better systems. But more than that, it was like, okay, I can see there being a bigger picture here, which is building a business out of this, being a professional coach and treating it as a business versus just like, I hope we can get another person to come in and lift with me. And I can hope I can hold on to them by just giving every single minute of my life to them.